Hello everyone and welcome to another video here on the Cycling Dane Extra channel, and today we're looking at the World Championships in Zurich, and the first discipline we're going to consider is the World Time Trial Championships. This is of course one of the youngest disciplines within the World Championships, first being held in 1994 when Chris Boardman took gold. Since then we've had a plethora of winners, and last year we had a very exciting edition with Remco Evenepoel, Ghana and Tarling going head to head. The course this year is a 46.1 kilometer course, which includes 413 meters of climbing and 3 time checks after 12.5 kilometers, 26.6 kilometers, which comes at the top of the climb, and 36.7 kilometers on the lake shore. And this will be a course that could suit a number of riders on this list. But anyways, if you're new here, why not subscribe to the channel, help us get to 20,000. And with that out of the way, let's get into our top 5 of the 2024 World Time Trial Championships. First on the list is the recent Vuelta a España winner Primoz Roglic, who mentioned in an interview that he doesn't actually consider himself a time trial specialist, but for a non-time trial specialist, the former Olympic champion has done very well for himself in recent years in the time trial. His record at the World Time Trial Championships has yielded him a medal in the past at the Worlds in Norway, in Bern, where he managed to finish second behind a roaring Tom Dumoulin. This year he has had some great success despite crashes in the Tour of the Basque Country and the Tour de France, as he managed to win the Dauphiné outright and the Vuelta a España for his new team Red Bull Bora-Hansgrohe. But in terms of the time trial performances he's managed to do this year, he has been very good, winning the opening time trial in the Tour of the Basque Country. He was then third on stage 4 of the Dauphiné, while in the Tour de France he was third on stage 7 the first time trial, and in the Vuelta a España he was 8th on the opening time trial and finished second on the final time trial into Madrid. So not a bad record thus far this year. Roglic should be able to carry this form into the time trial here and potentially getting another medal or becoming the first ever Slovenian to win the title. Brandon Magnotti is the next rider on this list, and he will be representing USA with his countryman of Magnus Sheffield. Magnotti has had a great 2024, winning the Tour of Valencia early on, then winning the time trial stage in the UAE Tour, and even being part of the team time trial victory for UAE at Paris-Nice, plus even finishing third after having held the leader's jersey for a number of days. Magnotti will also manage to win the GP Miguel Indurain, and he was 5th at the Tour of the Basque Country, plus he even managed to win the time trial stage in the Tour of Romandy. So he has one of the best time trial records of this year. On top of that, the time trial success continued by winning his national championships and even finishing 5th in the Olympic time trial before winning the opening time trial stage in the Vuelta a España and thereby wearing the red jersey as well. However, he did crash in the race, so that did hamper him a bit. Nevertheless, Brandon Magnotti is certainly a great time trialist, and on his day he can certainly do a piece of magic like he did last year where he managed to finish 4th. So Brandon Magnotti for sure is going to be one we consider for the medals. Next on the list is Stefan Kung, who is still on a high after his first Grand Tour stage win in a time trial on the final stage of the Vuelta a España. He was also second recently at the European Championships, but the Vuelta a España win was his only time trial win for FDJ in 2024 in that discipline. Kung has been a world champion in the past, but not in the individual time trial, rather in the team time trial relay, and won the European Championships in the time trial several times. However, he has never won the World Championships title, but has come close. In 2022, he was very close as he finished second. However, with a home World Championships, he might be spurred on that bit more to achieve his best ever result and take his first rainbow jersey in the discipline and becoming the first Swiss rider to do so since Fabian Cancellara. Before we come into the top 2, here are just some other riders to mention. Edoardo Effini, the recent European champion, will be here, and he is looking like he's going to be heading up the Italian hopes with no Filippo Ganna on the start list. Tobias Foss could potentially throw something magical together like he did in 2022. Matthias Vacek as well has been a rider to look out for in the time trials, so he could definitely play his part as well, the youngster for Czech Republic. And as always, I always have to mention a Dane as well in these top 5, and the Dane I'm going to mention is not our Danish national champion of Mathias Skjelmose Jensen. It is the former 4-time Danish national champion of Kasper Asgreen, who was recently 8th in the European Championships. not that long ago, so potentially he will be the best card for the Danes. Now coming into number 2, and that is the former European champion and 2-time British champion already at a very young age, who could still take part in the under-23 category, and that is of course Josh Tarling, who was denied a chance to defend his European title by the British Cycling, but that's for another video. Tarling might not have had the most heavy time trial rich year, however he has had a number of results in time trials. He managed to win the neutralized Au Grand Camino time trial stage and finished second in the Dauphiné time trial, and narrowly missing out on the podium at the Olympics because of an untimely mechanical before. At his first ever Grand Tour, there was a lot of expectations for him to win the opening stage. However, he only finished 6th, but this was of course his first ever Grand Tour. Tarling on his day is one of the best time trialists, but the course this year could potentially be a bit out of favor with him, but we think that he certainly will be looking to try and improve on his 3rd place from last year at the Glasgow World Championships. Now we come to number 1, and that is of course Mr. Aero Bullet himself, Remco Evenepoel, who managed in 2024 to bounce back from a crash in the Tour of the Basque Country to finish 3rd on the podium in his first ever Tour de France, where he even won the white jersey, and on top of that he won the first time trial stage as well, beating out the likes of Tadej Pogačar and Jonas Vingegaard. Earlier that year, Remco Evenepoel won the time trial stage in the Tour of Algarve as well as the overall once more, and in the Dauphiné he did lead the race and took the time trial stage win as well, which was impressive considering that he had just recovered from that Tour of the Basque Country crash. Remco Evenepoel has had a great year in 2024, all things considered, but what is more impressive is his record at the World Championships in the time trial discipline, having not left a Worlds without a medal in the time trial. In 2018, he won the Junior Time Trial Championships in a very impressive fashion. In 2019, he elected to skip the under-23 and go into the elite, despite only being 19 and finishing 2nd on the day. In 2021, he was 3rd in Flanders, and in 2022 he was 3rd in Wallonga, but did manage to win the Rhodes World Championships, and last year he absolutely obliterated the course and won his 2nd senior rainbow title. Remco Evenepoel is certainly on form right now, and judging by his recent Strava, he could definitely be up for a big effort. Remco Evenepoel is the Aero Bullet and potentially the best time trialist right now in the world, so who would bet against the Belgian superstar to win another title? But anyways, that's basically it for this video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel here on The Cycling Dane, and if you haven't already, why not hit the like button and check out some of our other videos here on the channel. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you around.